Hello everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Art with Jim. Today we're going to be looking at this most famous photograph of Neil Armstrong landing on the moon and creating our own work of art titled Moonscape Selfies. So, with this photograph, we can see a couple different things here. One, let me give a little history. Does anybody know when we first landed on the moon? That's right, it was July 20th, 1969. So that's almost 51 years ago. It's a long time ago. I am going to focus here on the helmet of Neil Armstrong. And a cool fact here is that this is the only known photograph of Neil Armstrong on the moon. Why? Well, Neil Armstrong was actually the photographer on the moon, and he was the guy holding the camera most of the time, taking pictures of, you guessed it, Buzz Aldrin. But in this case, this is Buzz taking a picture of Neil. So, very cool fact there, and one of the most famous pictures of the moon landing. So, again, I'm going to bring you guys to look at what's going on in his screen right in front of his face. There is a, yeah, you got it, a reflection. So there's a reflection of a whole different kind of scene inside of his helmet. So we have a landscape behind him, right? And then there's a landscape on the inside. That blows my mind. And there's all these cool things. There's the lunar module. Here. There's Buzz Aldrin. Everyone say, hey Buzz, look at how little he is. And then there's this here. What is that? Yeah, you're right. It's a shadow. Look at those long legs. There is a whole world inside of that reflection. Oh, and then look at that. I believe that is the American flag. How cool is that? All within this small space of this helmet. So today we're going to be creating our own helmet, right? Because I'm so nice, I don't make anybody draw circles, okay? So I grabbed a roll of tape, right? Fits this paper perfectly. If you go bigger paper, you might want to go bigger object to trace. Like if you ask nicely, your parents might give you the lid to a pot or pan. So check this out. Using my trusty pencil here, I trace. There it is, right? I made this right there. Now, what's left? Well, you can see kind of the head shape. This is Mr. Jim's head shape. And then I'm going to make shoulders. Do you see that? Kind of simple, right? Now, what's this thing here? That's kind of the astronaut's life support here. So maybe I'll draw that on. In my picture, you can see a lot of it. Here you can only see a little bit. So I get to play a little bit and maybe make up some cool technology or tools on that kit right here on the chest plate. Okay, what else? Well, remember I said there's the background? There's the background of the moon. Whoa, right there. It's crazy. We can see both sides of the moon in this picture. We can see the background, and then right in the reflection, we see the other side of the moon. How cool is that? All right, now here's where things are going to get a little tricky. And here's where I'm going to give you permission, too, to kind of go your own way. I kind of gave you some rules to start, but I'm going to let you guys draw whatever you want inside your moon reflection selfie. So if you're very technical and you're like, I want to show the history as it was, you can draw the moon module, lunar module, got it. And then you could show the reflection, you could show the astronaut, you could show the flag and all that stuff. But maybe the time you went to the moon, there was something else. Maybe there was this octopus-like creature that you had to deal with. It's up to you, right? We can use our imaginations, we can have fun. But I want to bring you here. Is that a straight line going across? No. Check out the reflection too, right? And the lunar module. Everything's on a curve. Whoa. Because the helmet is round. It's a rounded piece of glass, right? So watch this. I'm going to draw. Maybe I'll start with this line in the background. Whoa. See how it's rounded? That's interesting, right? And maybe I am going to draw my reflection. There's my two legs, right? They're really, really long. And then there's a tiny little head and arm, right? Your reflection could look different than that. That's just mine. Okay, I love to copy, right? I love to look at artists and photos and copy. That's how I get better. But some of us, we just want to make this stuff up, and I give you permission to do that. All right. I referenced maybe an octopus-like creature here. Whoa. Maybe that's what's happening here. Okay. I drew right over my line. So what can I do? I can use my eraser to erase. Just like that. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now, I can't forget my buddy here. This is my friend Rob here. He went to the moon with me. And he took my picture this time, right? Because I'm using my imagination. I'm not telling Neil and Buzz's story. I'm telling Rob and my story, right? That time he went to the moon and he took a picture of me. And we had to battle this giant octopus-like creature. All right. Did I get enough? I think so. Look at that story I'm telling here. How cool is that? Now remember I said the chest plate has some tools, right? The life support system, maybe this is what's keeping that astronaut breathing, right? Because there's no oxygen on the moon. So maybe this is where I can really, really use my imagination to draw some space-age technology, right? Draw some buttons. A lot of times it's just shapes, right? Squares, rectangles, curves, circles. Remember I said I wasn't going to make you draw a circle, but I did. I did draw a circle. All right, and then the all-important flag. Do you know only 12 people have walked on the moon? All Americans, right? It's been a while, too, since we've been to the moon. We're hoping to get back, but there's my flag. Okay, please don't count the amount of stripes, right? I tried to get them all in there, but I don't know. I might have missed one or two. All right, there's a drawing. I'm just about done with the drawing, right? All I need to do now is outline it. This is my Sharpie, right? You might need permission to get a Sharpie at home. If you ask really nicely, you might get one. If you're really careful, they might let you use a Sharpie. But what is a Sharpie good for? Well, it's actually a permanent marker, meaning it's not going anywhere. If I draw on this, it will stay that way forever. Okay, can't erase it either though, just remember that. So that's why I did pencil first. Try to find my lines. Now I'm doing this for a video, so I'm not exactly taking my time. I'm going kind of quick. I'm being a little loose, a little sloppy. It's up to you how much time you want to take. I would say spend the time it needs. You know that in your gut, right? When you draw, right? If you get into the zone, you can spend all the time you need on it. Whoa, there's my octopus creature. And there's my friend Rob. You can only really see his little legs and maybe his head. There I am. Look at that. Maybe I'll leave the flag. Maybe I'll just do a little bit on the outside. All right. Now what? Well, maybe some color. I have some markers here. Look at this. Good old-fashioned markers. Great. And then the blue, right? See what I did there? I kind of did a tic-tac-toe going across, just to make it look kind of like stars. Okay, I got the flag there. You know, I could leave it like this. Looks pretty good, but I'm going to do one last thing. And I'm going to get some watercolor. I'm going to get black watercolor. Here, I'm going to move this down here so you can see black watercolor here. And I'm going to fill in all the black. Now you could do this with paint. That's not watercolor. You could do it with marker, but marker will take a long time. You could do it with crayon. But this is the trick. This is the secret, right? This is what I was taught in my top secret how to draw a moon selfie class. I'm kidding. I've never taken such class. Ooh, and then space. Space is what color? Yeah, if you said no color, you are right. It is the absence of color. Space is super, super dark, right? Whoa. Look at that. Cool. Cool picture, right? We're getting there. We're doing it. All right, what's left? Maybe I'll touch a little bit of brown. Brown and black. Watch this. Whoa, just to get some color on the moon. What color is the moon? It's hard to say. It's like this gray. This almost looks like a black and white photo. Maybe I'll mix some blue in. Cool. And then when I don't want it really dark, I add water. That's actually kind of nice. Nice. All right, and then I'm going to use the same color here, right in the background. The nice thing about the astronaut, right, I can kind of leave that white, and that works pretty well. So, hey, I was saving my tentacles for color. Let's go a little crazy here. Of course, the moon monster is this nice fuchsia color. Whoa. There we go. Pretty cool, huh? Now, do I have to do anything else? Well, every good life support system needs a red button. Press that when you need a little help. And maybe the green button. Press that when everything's a-okay. Cool. Anything else, guys? I've had a lot of fun painting this. Believe me, I'm going to turn off this video and finish painting on my own because it was so much fun. But right now, I'm going to sign off for you guys. All right, I hope you enjoy your space moon selfies. And I'd love to see what you're working on at home. All right, guys, have fun, and I'll see you next week.